Today's Tuesday, March 20th, and we're going to work on the Athens plow. It's a 22-foot plow. I think it's 22 across the front, 24 across the back. The wind's blowing pretty good. It was all nice and sunny, and then all of a sudden it got cloudy and cooled off, and wind's blowing. But I know we got a couple flat tires and I think 3 flat tires and 3 wheels that are loose. So we're going to be checking bearings, greasing it up. Everything else should be good on it, or maybe not. Plan is just to have it ready to go, and then that way, because we'll use that 7800 that's on the vacuum tank to plow with. We want to have somebody get the manure pit down as low as we can get it, and spread all that manure on the sacrifice fields. So we want to get that tanker unhooked, get this plow hooked up, and take off and hopefully knock out the odd 20 to 30 acres that we got a disc, and get it done in a couple days and have it ready to go, and then get all that manure plowed into the ground. There's no set date on when to sprig. It's all going to be where you are on their list, and and just how the weather's going. So we'll just see how it turns out. So obviously this wheel is loose. So let's take a look and see if we need to replace bearings or if we can just tighten it up. Spinning good, no wobble. Alright. I think that's all that one needed. We'll put this cap on and we'll shoot some more grease in it. On to the next one. Uh-oh. Somebody help! Ah, too old for this. No. Oh my god, that one's worse. Huh. Well, that's the 3 wheels. There's one over there with a little bit of a wobble, but I'm not too worried about it. I may go ahead and check it, but right now I'm not. We'll get to greasing. I think all the bearings should be good on the disc. Yeah. So we got the 3 wheels that were loose tightened up. There's one more that's a little bit wobbly, but if I get a chance, I'll look at it. But I think it's going to be okay. We're going to go ahead and grease it all up right now, and then after that we'll go through and check all the tires and put air in them, or if they need them or whatever. I'm going to set this here, because I know what'll happen is I'll be in the dead center of it and I'll run out of grease. Told ya. Told you I'd get this center of it run out of grease. That's alright. Alright, the air compressor gone. We're going to check the air pressure in all these tires and air them up and get them ready to go. We're just going to air them all up, check them in a day or two. If any of them went flat, take them off and go get them fixed. Right now it's going to put all, I don't know, I'm not sure, 32, probably 32 pounds, something like that. Alright, we got air in all 8 tires. Only one tire had 32 pounds. The rest had less than that. So now they all have 32. We'll just wait a day or two to check them again to see which one's lost air. Than that, everything should be good. Alright, today's Thursday, March 21st. Yesterday we were working on this, and now it's the next day. We're going to try to finish it up real quick. I guess I could check the tires again, see what they're doing. This road disc right here are loose. It's sitting on the ground, but it's pretty loose when it's up in the air. So I'm going to try to tighten it up. First thing I'm going to do is get this cotter pin out. The rest of it broke off or something. Two and 3/16. What size that nut is. This one's loose, so you tighten on it and I'll pry on it. Alright, so we're here at the little disc, or what we call the little disc. It's just a 12-foot disc. I'm in a little bit of a hurry because I only got about 20 minutes. Basically all we do now is just smooth up ruts, things like that. Maybe a field that got tore up a little bit, you know, run it over a few times, let it smooth up. Hog damage, stuff like that. That's about all it gets done now with it. So like what I want to do today is smooth up some places that are pretty rough from all the rain, and then I want to try to go across the road where the close-ups were, and because that field's not getting sprigged, it's just gonna try to smooth it up, clean it up, and the 85 should take off in it again, Tifton 85. So check the tires and shoot some grease in it, and then I'm gonna go unhook the big disc and then get over here and hook this up. I wonder if they were going to take off running. About everything scares them at that age. So this is ready to go. Basically, it's supposed to rain Saturday. If it doesn't rain too much and we can get that manure pit empty, we get that tanker unhooked, get it hooked up at 700, I'll be ready to roll. Knock the 30 acres out real quick, and then unhook it. But I'm just a little bit afraid that it's gonna, since it's been wet so far, as wet as it's been so far, that it's going to just all of a sudden shut off, and then we're going to turn really dry. So what I'd like to do is get those manure pits empty, get the manure pit empty out on the sacrifice fields, get all that plowed in, and then if we get a rain, that'll obviously don't want a heavy rain where it causes washouts. But if you get a good enough rain to kind of pack the top layer, leave a little bit of a crust, and it kind of locks in that moisture in the ground, rather than say you plow and you wait until the very end or right before they're coming with the sprigger, and then you plow it up, you expose all that ground, and we'll have to end up going over those fields probably 3 to 4 times to get them level and all the chunks broke down and everything. So if you go over those fields 3 or 4 times, they're going to dry out. And then if you end up, say you do it a few days before the sprigger shows up, and it dries out and we don't get the rain, that we want, after the sprigger's gone, then you're going to lose a lot of moisture. But if we can get those fields plowed up, get it to rain on top of that, and kind of seal it up, the sprigger can come in and run over that, and then all that moisture will be kind of locked in, and will be all available there for the sprigs. So that's the plan. Just hopefully it all works out. So now we're going to go hook the little disc up to go smooth up some ruts. right. That is a wet spot. So I'm cheating a little bit because I'm trying to smooth the lane up too. And then the pond field down there, as where the feed troughs were, I wanted to get it smoothed up, get that ground opened up. And then right now where the close-ups were, we've hauled about 20 loads of manure over here onto this field. And what I want to do is, I'm not really trying to disc it, I'm just trying to scratch it. I just want to work in any manure, and I want to take out any ruts. Just smooth it up, and then what it is this field is not getting plowed or but this field is not going to get plowed with the big plow and sprigged. It was just sprigged a couple years ago. Right now the Tifton 85 is dormant. You know, all its roots are still sitting in the ground. You can still see the stems. Basically any day now they'll start coming up. And actually running this little disc over helps it up. Helps it because it'll cut them roots. So instead of having a single plant, you know, with a root ball like that, if you can have this disc run across it and maybe get some of the runners of the Bermuda grass, or maybe chop right through that root ball, and then it splits it, then you have two plants. So as long as you do it at the right time, and if you came out here in the middle of the summer when it was nice and green, but it was dry and did it, I mean, you'd probably end up killing a lot of it. But doing it right now, it actually helps it out some. So, helps spread it. And yeah, the green stuff that you're seeing, that's not ryegrass or anything like that. All that is I believe it's called pala. It's basically a weed. It is weed. It just has like a root system that makes like a carpet. It stays really short. I mean, you might see it 3 inches tall. That's it. Throws little white. When it goes to seed head, yeah, those have seed heads. It's covered in manure, but you see that white? That's a seed head. So you actually seeds are falling off right now. So it's already seed headed out, but this is all it'll do right here. See, it just makes like a thick carpet, and what it actually does is it chokes out anything. If you get it really bad in field that you planted, it'll choke out the ryegrass or the cereal rye. And actually, right now, running the disc over is pulling it up, so that's actually helping too. And then you can see right here, the manure's all crusted over. We're running it over and we're chopping it up and working it into the soil. So it may actually look kind of dumb running this old disc that's half mangled and blades are paper thin, and that harrow used to be 2 sections and we wore it out a long time ago. My dad rebuilt it, made it all 1 section with that pipe. So I mean, the harrow's actually really nice, in really nice shape. But this disc, I mean, it's been through hell and back. But it may look kind of dumb doing this, but it's just just scratching that soil, chopping them roots up of the Bermuda grass, the Tifton 85, and kind of blending in the manure with the topsoil. We're actually doing pretty good with, and then we're also getting rid of that pala, this green stuff. I mean, like right here, you can see how thick it is right here. You can see, I don't know if the little stems, that's actually Tifton 85 runners. So when they green up, they're not going to have nowhere to go. They're going to be, those need to touch soil so they can sprout a root into the soil. So if there's all this carpet of pala that does nothing but what it is right now, it's going to set the 85 back. And you could say, well, wouldn't it make sense to spray it? Well, a lot of this in this field just came up after we pulled the close-ups out in the last couple weeks. A lot of the other fields don't. A lot of the fields that were drilled don't have anything like that in it. Maybe a few do here and there, but nothing to worry about. Nothing to try to go spray. And at this point, trying to spray anything for the ryegrass is, ryegrass is already 80% over with for us, and at least 75% over. And it's already to seed head. This stuff, as soon as it starts to get warm, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, it'll be burned off and gone. But it likes to. It kind of like wants to meet where the Tifton 85's coming in, so that it can slow the 85 down. If you didn't have none of this pala crap, if you didn't have none of this pala, then you could your 85 wouldn't have no setback. So running over with this little disc and kind of pulling it out of the ground is helping. You can see the ruts. Some of them are from the feed wagon because I've been cutting across this field to get to the 6 and 7 month old heifers to feed them because the lane got so tore up. But some of them are from the manure tanker. Some of them are from when the cows were in here. So yeah, you see how we're over on this side. We're smoothing it up on the left side. We're busting up the clumps of manure. Help spreading it too. We'll probably have to end up coming in with a loader or something and some of these clumps of hay, the hay waste, get rid of them. So the story on this old disc is it's probably been here for 30 years, something like that. As long as I can remember. It's been here. I used to plow with it all the time. I'm not sure what years. When I was probably 8 years old, my dad got me started plowing, and we had a John Deere 4430. Then we had the snap-on duals on, and used to drag this plow with that. We had mainly two different places on each side of the farm that we would plow and then broadcast seed onto it, and then straighten the axles like they are right now, and use it to cover the seed up with the harrow. Yeah, it's been around a long time. There goes Charlie running home. Yeah, so we're almost done with this field. There was a little bit more that went into getting the big disc ready, but it was just kind of boring stuff. You know, greasing and all that kind of stuff, and checking the air and the tires. But it's ready to go for when it's needed. Hopefully, they're calling for about a 70% chance of rain on Saturday. Hopefully, it misses us, so we can get plowing. Want to get all that done so that when hay season starts, we don't have to worry about it. And then this thing's pretty simple to get ready. You just hope it don't fall apart while you're using it. Probably next on the list is for stuff to get ready is we need to get the hay equipment. That'll be the next stuff to start working on. We got to change the oil in the cutter bars, check some things out on them, bale pins on the hay balers, either replace or try to doctor up the hitch pins on the balers. Did I say bale pins? You know, belt pins, not belt pins. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. We'll see you on the next video, and thanks for watching. Oh, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. See you later.